A recent Twitter post sparked a lot of reply tweets after sharing the news that the movie Ruby Bridges was removed from a Florida elementary school's Black History celebration, all due to one parent's complaint. The governor had even created a law advising educators to err on the side of caution when choosing materials to display to classes when teaching Black history. As you'd expect, there were many reply posts. One of them at first seemed effective at expressing dissent against the laws, with its emphatic language, strong punctuation, the supplemented image. However, the image choice was quite problematic after further scrutinization. It becomes problematic when hashtag Black Lives Matter is related to a photo of a young white boy waving an American flag and holding a performative sign that speaks broadly against hate, showing little to no regard for the systemic oppression against Black people that has manifested throughout the United States since its foundation. And while it's okay to teach our kids to be allies of the BLM movement, using hashtag Black Lives Matter on a post that does not do anything to target powerful systems upholding these racial principles is dangerous. When people use the hashtag to get a tweet trending rather than start important conversations, which this post did not, it fails the mission of BLM. That being said, the roots of BLM go back to July 2013 when a California-based writer, Alicia Garza, displayed her frustration on Twitter after the acquittal of George Zimmerman for killing Trayvon Martin, a Black teenager. A friend of Garza's responded to the tweet with hashtag Black Lives Matter, and in the decade following, these words echoed throughout all social media platforms, as the number of unarmed Black people murdered by the police grew exponentially. In fact, since 2014, the movement has gained rapid popularity on Twitter, with a strong peak of posts using hashtag Black Lives Matter in 2020 after the murder of George Floyd. Black Lives Matter became the first Black social justice movement in the U.S. to utilize social media as a vehicle to reach millions of people with the goals of creating lasting change now and for future generations. Unlike past civil rights movements, the goals of BLM were to reject the narrative that these movements could only be successful with charismatic male leaders. The founders also sought to represent injustices experienced by all Black people that have not been brought up in mainstream media, ensuring that lesbian, gay, queer, disabled, transgender, undocumented, and incarcerated Black people's lives matter too. Many of these goals are influenced by critical race theory, a framework that proposes how economics, history, setting, emotions, and the unconscious perpetuate systemic racism and oppression of Black people ever since the United States was founded. It explains why police brutality against Black people and racial profiling occur, pointing out social structures that preserve this statistical discrimination that paints all Black people as perpetrators of crime. Critical race theory tells us the importance of questioning, acknowledging, and putting pressure on systems and structures in the United States that perpetuate racism and oppression. Being said, a picture of a white boy waving an American flag in solidarity shows the user's ignorance to the systemic nature of racism, according to critical race theory. Another post with hashtag Black Lives Matter, amongst many other popular activism hashtags like hashtag Stop Asian Hate, primarily celebrates white queer pride during June, or Pride Month. While this person has every right to celebrate their identity on social media, the use of hashtag Black Lives Matter on this post is unwarranted. Throwing the hashtag around on posts that do not directly work to target systems that perpetuate racism waters down the movement's impact on social media. A white queer person has many different experiences than a Black queer person, so using hashtag Black Lives Matter without acknowledging these injustices goes against all the founders imagined BLM to be. This post does not reference any type of insights from critical race theory for change to actually be made. There seems to be a pattern of hashtag Black Lives Matter being misused across Twitter, and this points to complications with BLM's reliance on social media as a vehicle for change. While the reach of social media is unmatched, it appears that many people on Twitter are hyper-focused on posting content with hashtag Black Lives Matter for trending purposes, rather than considering the larger impact of the hashtag. As seen with the previous posts, it dilutes the power of the movement and strays away from the goals of the original Black queer women who founded it. This being said, it's essential for people to better understand the roots of BLM as a movement and how critical race theory shapes the work that's being done to improve Black social justice. Informing the public of ways social media can be used to amplify BLM's impact and bring voice to all types of Black voices would be beneficial moving forward.